Hi, cutie. Welcome back to the Collective Conscious Podcast. I'm excited to say that technically I won't be on break, but there won't be consistent episodes again until probably about April. And even then, there might be time gaps because I'm starting something new. I'm not going to tell you about it right now, top secret. But when you know, you'll know. So just stay on the lookout around April, May, or June. I'm hoping April. I'm shooting for April, but you never know. But yeah, I'm really excited. Until then, enjoy this podcast I did with D'Angelo, an awesome photographer. Yeah, let's get into it.
My name is D'Angelo Connell. I am a photographer based in the Memphis area. It's definitely a pleasure to be on this podcast.
Awesome. This man is really cool. We're going to go over some stuff. I care about what others think.
Is it like others, like anybody, or just certain people?
It's changed a lot. Like, I've been growing out of it. I had this situation go on with this guy. I really messed with him. He was like kind of rude, and I was like, dang, like it's a pattern. Like, it just keeps happening where like I care so much, and then people just show me that they don't care. So I'm like starting to just be like.
So here's the practice I do, right, and they help protect me in those situations. You have to develop a counter for who you naturally are, right?
A cancer?
A counter.
Oh, I was like a cancer.
No, a counter.
A counter.
So
like an opposite.
The opposite.
Okay.
Yes, because naturally, I'm an introvert, right?
Yeah.
But I can't be a full-time entrepreneur as an introvert.
Yeah,
you have to talk to
literally.
people, you have to shake hands, you have to meet people and all that. So I have to develop a counter for who I naturally is, right?
Yeah.
Also, naturally, I'll say I'm a people pleaser. I seek those things, right? Like, I like when people like
it makes it easy.
I like when people like my stuff.
It makes it so easy.
But at the same time, if you don't have a counter for that, then that puts you in a vulnerable situation to where you can get.
It's almost as if your counter is your natural self, like almost.
Yeah, it's called I call it being balanced.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to be tilted too much one way or another way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because when I first realized I was people pleasing, I was like, stop giving to like everybody. Like everybody was like, no, screw you, screw you, screw you. But you do have to still give. You still have to be willing to give, and you can't always think that somebody's gonna hurt you.
How that will work is, as you doing your people pleasing thing, you'll be more observant, right?
Yeah.
So you'll see who really appreciate that and who don't.
Why you're doing it, for real. Like, are you doing it to get this person to like you, or are you doing it because you like this person?
Right.
It's very important.
And then at some point, your counter is gonna kick in and be like, hey, listen, this ain't a good situation for you. And so now you have the ability to like remove yourself from that situation.
That's a great one. I'm gonna start doing that for real.
Yeah, and different situations bring out different sides to you. So I would say, like the people pleasing thing. A lot of people, I hate when people take this approach when they start beating themselves up of being who they were to that person that didn't appreciate them.
For real.
I'm like, that shouldn't be your focus.
Or like beating the other person up, like being like, they used me, and it's like, no, they didn't.
I would say, in those situations, it's never the fault of the thing that you did, right? You did
it's no one's fault. You did what you thought was best.
Right, and you just did it for the wrong person. So now you have to look at it like, okay, why did I think that situation was a good situation for me? Or why did I think this was a good thing to do for that person in that situation? And now you have to like just reflect on those decisions that led to that moment. And now you're able to learn and grow and just apply different things going forward.
But I think the important part is once you like take all that in, let it go. Because like after that, I mean, duality with that, but like holding on to that and like analyzing everything, because I've gotten caught up in this a lot. Like over analyzing everything can be not cool, especially like when emotions or triggers come online. I think it's important to not over analyze or like think your way through it. I think it's important to feel your feelings, and then later if you see a pattern or if you just want like to work through it, then that's when you analyze. I just wanted to.
I might be an overanalyzer.
Me too. Me too. But I've been.
But I'm not an overreactor, and what that means is I think about things a lot. I think about things from different angles, different perspectives, but I'm not going to be too quick to react to the things that I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? So I kind of reserve my action until I get more clarity on what the thing actually is. But I'm going to look at it different ways. I'm going to look at it from different perspectives because I need that data to like help me understand this thing or this situation and just how to proceed.
Can I ask you a personal question?
What's up?
When's the last time you cried?
The last time that I remember like vividly crying is I was driving back from Nashville and I just inside thinking about different things, past versions of me, current version of me, version of me that I want to be, and just
feel that.
Just going back to just different versions of me, apologizing for like the feelings I felt neglected by certain people.
When was this?
This was probably like February or something.
February, dang.
Like that was like all out tears streaming down the face, crying. Hollywood tears.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That happened to me too. Cause I'm noticing this pattern where I have to release overages to myself like every 3 months, and it's so heartbreaking like each time. Cause I'm like, dang, I was getting comfortable, and that's when I'm like, okay, I'm too comfortable.
But you feel so good afterwards, though.
Yeah, you do. You feel so good, and you accomplish so much more.
Yeah.
And you just, I don't know. It's very warm after letting all those feelings out.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend, and whenever we hung out, we smoked weed, and she had like all the good snacks and all that, and that was contributing to the reason why I was 250 pounds. When I went through my transformation, we stopped hanging out, and I also quit smoking weed. So that was one of the things that I identified that was putting me in that situation.
Definitely.
And it's kind of like have people around that enhances what your goal is. If someone is distracting you from that, you have to have a conversation with them. Like, listen, this is what I'm trying to do, and you're not really helping. No fault of your own, but you're not really helping. So either they get on board or they get off.
Yeah, they gotta go.
And it's just like that because
like that.
This is your life, right? You're the CEO of who you are, and it's in your best interest to make sure that your life is profitable.
And I want to note that, like, when you let go of those people, like, it's okay to feel like crappy about it. I'm not saying like you're like hard on yourself about it, but of course it's gonna hurt. Like, you love those people, but you have to.
I'm not that attached, though.
I'm not gonna make assumptions, but I am. I'm very attached. I'm like very attached. That's like so. So you're saying like if you were like friends with somebody for like 2 years and you just had to cut them off, you'd be like,
it's up. If you put me in a situation,
scary.
If you put me in a situation, no matter how long we known each other, to where I have to pick either myself or you.
But you are older than me. Your emotions might be. I feel like being a teenager is weird because your emotions. Okay, if you were 18, what about then?
I don't know. I've always just been comfortable in my own skin.
So you've always just been like, okay, you're not helping me, bye.
Well, I never been in the points where I was relying on too many people for those things.
Yeah.
So I had to like find a way in the darkness for a long time. So like I didn't start dating until I was 20. You know what I mean? Because I was this oversized kid. In high school, wasn't really attracted to a lot of people. Let me say that again. Wasn't really attractive to a lot of people. I liked them, but they didn't like me back. So, yeah, that didn't manifest until I was 20, to where like girls started finding me attractive. So then I was able to start going out and date. Then I bought my car when I was 20. So like got a cell phone when I was 20.
Dang, you got a cell phone when you were 20?
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's the life I lived.
I mean, shoot. Everybody got their story.
But that's when I got a
journey.
job. I was working at Walmart, making $8.10 an hour as a cashier. I was able to buy a car, my first car. I didn't have any help on the payments. I paid all that. Got a cell phone because if I'm mobile, I need to have a device so I can start communicating.
If someone did a story about your life, how would you want the final chapter to end? I already have this planned out. So I'm on a hammock. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. A person, I would say the person I'm married to they don't have to have a specific gender, I guess. I do have a gender in mind, but I'm not gonna be biased. They're looking at me. They're like, "Oh, you about to die." The end.
That's it.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, like, of course, I have other stuff. Like, I accomplished what I desired to accomplish. But if I got into that, then I don't. Let's keep that on the low key. But yeah,
I think I just want to be remembered, like, just for doing awesome things, right? I want people to know that. Well, I want people to care that I'm no longer around. If that's my final chapter.
And it's funny you say that because you're like, I don't. Like, you don't care about what people think, and that's the part where I don't care. Like, when I'm dead, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I literally don't care what you do with that.
That's just more so just a measurement of how impactful your life was, really. So, like, for me to say that, as I'm saying that I've done so many things that touch so many people, that's a testament to my career, right? Like, if I'm a photographer that's taking amazing pictures of amazing people that people find value in, then yeah, I would want them to, just like any favorite artist, like when Michael Jackson died, people cared that he died. When Elvis died, people cared that he died. Friends, so and so, and so on and so on.
I think it's cool that like Shakespeare and Van Gogh have like lived for like centuries. Like, that's awesome that your stuff is still amazing like 300 years later.
Right.
And people are still talking about you to this day. That's crazy.
Last question. What is something you've learned about yourself this year?
I'm not perfect. And I'm never going to be imperfectly imperfect. And yeah.
Okay. What brought you to that lesson?
I tried too hard. I tried so hard to be somebody that I wasn't. After like all the situations that I got myself into, after all the people that I had in my life, and like realizing like you said, after I had my like awakening, my transformation, I was like, okay, let's never do that again. And I've been trying so hard to never do that again, but it's like it should just be kind of one of those things you flow into. You can't force yourself to change. You can definitely hold yourself accountable, but at the end of the day, if I don't want to do, it's like a kid. It's like literally like telling a kid like do this, do that, do that. Like, you do have authority, but at the end of the day, eventually that kid's gonna rebel, and it's gonna be even worse than it would have been if you just gave that kid the space to do what that kid wanted to do. So,
I'll say, at the same time, you wouldn't want that kid in charge, though, right?
Yeah, no, definitely don't.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have to identify, like, okay, is the adult in charge in me, or is the kid in charge in me?
I feel like it's a balance. You have to have a balance. You have to, not saying like, because honestly, neither.
Do you lie to yourself a lot?
Not anymore. I don't believe so. No.
I think that was create a lot of bad feelings that people have, right? So, like, using the same analogy, right?
Yeah, I guess I do.
If you keep telling,
I do lie to myself.
If you keep telling, like, let's just think about
when it comes
yourself.
to like, I'm not gonna watch this next episode, and then suddenly I'm watching like 3 more. Like, that's the type of lie.
Not that type of lie.
Okay,
like so,
that's where I am right now. So for me, that is a lot. Like, and that hurts that kid in me, and it disappoints.
I would say, but if it's your goal to watch less TV,
yeah, exactly, it's my goal, and that's why it's
you
like,
say I'm only gonna watch a certain amount, and then you exceed that amount.
Exactly, that's why it's hurtful.
Then that is a big lie.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that's the reason why you feel the way you feel about yourself. When I lie to myself, like, hey, I'm gonna work out tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, and I just pretend like I never said it.
That's exactly what I meant by saying I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm like, okay, I don't feel the best right now. I'm probably gonna watch this extra episode, and I know I don't want to like do that exactly like 100%, but I don't really feel like doing the other thing, so I am. So I just have to be honest, like you said, because if not, I'm just gonna.
Once you start being honest, you're able to identify like what's causing those things, and then you're able to get a plan and go from there. So I had to be honest about my actions, right? I knew why I was 250 pounds when I was 250 pounds. I knew the things, the habits habits I was doing that was causing that. I know the people I was hanging with that was contributing to that. I'm not gonna blame them because ultimately you're responsible for your actions.
That's what I was thinking too. Like we can't put it all on them.
Yeah.
Which I find it interesting that it seems like you're more so saying like all it took was kind of like. But I know there's more than that. But it sounds like you're saying all it took was you getting out of that environment. And I feel like for a lot of us, it's
identifying what the environment is or what's causing that, making changes to it dilute the power that it has, or completely remove it. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process.
Yeah, for me, I have to take slow steps.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say baby steps, but I can't, like I said, I can't rush into it because it's just not gonna work.
So like the other night, I had like it's these Quest bars, like it's like vanilla wafer type cookies or things like that. It's supposed to be like a little bit better for you because it has protein and all that. But it's still got like calories and some sugar in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would say one night before I went to sleep, after the time to where I said I wasn't gonna eat no more, I had 3 of those bars like back to back. I've been
Were they good though? I'm sorry.
Really good. Really
I
good.
bet they were good.
But before I ate them, I did an extra set of 50 push-ups, 50 squats. I was like, all right, if you're gonna eat this, you gotta do an extra set. I'm not perfect either.
No one is.
I still do things that isn't aligned with my goals.
Yeah.
But my goal is just so powerful, right? And my discipline now is so powerful to where it's not gonna spin out of control.
Yeah, no, that's it right there. Like that's it right there. It's like having the awareness that yes, I am doing certain things that are out of alignment of my goals and what I achieve. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna deter me or like stop me from getting to where I want to be.
So to answer that question, the last question, the thing I learned about myself is patience.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think patience is just one thing. And you can have patience when, like, let's just say, going back to a TV show, right? Like, after the season ends, it's going to be a whole nother year before the new season come out. So you can have patience in something like that.
Yeah.
But your patience is really tested when the thing that you really want is right next to you or it's in vision. And then you have to still wait until you get the thing that you want.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that patience, like I wanted it like right now. My goals, everything I'm working towards, I wanted it right there in the moment. But I have to wait until it fully manifests and fully develop.
And until you're like fully ready. Because you can think that we're like ready for stuff, but you have to really sit down and be honest with yourself. Like, is my nervous system ready? Am I ready to take on these new responsibilities and all that?
Do I have the infrastructure to like withhold those things right now?
All of it. So real.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah. I really miss this. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
That's it.
That is the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you've been enjoying your holidays. I will see y'all, and like it, share it if you enjoyed it. Toodles.